Hello, I'm Meghan Brown, WIC nutritionist with Buncombe County, and I'm here to teach you how to make Texas caviar. The different ingredients that we have are black-eyed peas, corn, we have diced tomatoes, red onions, red bell pepper, fresh jalapeno, balsamic vinegar, and fresh garlic, as well as the spice cumin. So I've picked this recipe just because it's very fiber and protein packed. It's very colorful, so that means there's a lot of vitamins and minerals, as well as it's just kind of fresh and creative, and your guests will really, really like it. So start with your black-eyed peas because they're the biggest. Get you a good bowl, good sized bowl to fit all this stuff, and I have about 2.5 cups of black-eyed peas. Now I recommend using bagged dry beans because they don't have all the added sodium, and you can just soak them and cook them real quick, and then you have a ton of beans that you can use for different occasions. But go ahead and put those on in there. And then we have corn. You can use canned corn, just wash it off. You can use frozen corn, but that adds a good pop of color. This is about like a cup or a can, but it really doesn't matter. That's the good thing about this recipe is that you don't really have to measure things. It's just kind of as much as you want or as colorful as you want, really. So next is my red bell pepper. This is 1 bell pepper, but again, you can use as much as you want. It's just chopped. Make sure you take the seeds out of it when you chop it. So we'll pop that on in there. Okay, it's starting to get real pretty. Next is red onion, and this is something that if you like or if you don't like, you don't have to use that much of. I happen to like it, so I have about 1/2 a red onion in here, and I want my recipe to go a long way. I want to be able to eat this for a while, so I'm using a lot of ingredients, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every day of the week. You can pack this up for lunch and go on every day. I got a red tomato. This is 1 fresh red tomato. You can use can if you want to. Whatever's easiest. Obviously, when it's summertime, you might want to use a garden fresh tomato because it'll make it taste real good. Okay, now for the little ones. I have a jalapeno. If you like it hot, do as much as you want. I have 1 full jalapeno in here. Just make sure you take the seeds out. If you don't like it that hot, just use 1/2. Okay. That adds some good green color. It's starting to look really good. Lastly, this is fresh garlic. I encourage you to use fresh. The ones at the store that you see with all the shell on it. So it's really easy to learn how to work with fresh garlic. All you have to do is peel off a little bulb off of it, take the flat end of a knife, and just lightly crunch down on it. Don't crunch all the way through. Don't press too heavy. But it pops all that skin off of it. Makes it really easy to work with, okay? So I encourage you to work with fresh garlic because you'll really appreciate the taste of your recipes if you use it. If you don't want to use the fresh garlic, go ahead and get the jar the jarred minced garlic. Use that before you use the powdered garlic. So this is about 3 bulbs of garlic, 3 little cloves of garlic rather. And that's what's going to give it some really good taste. So don't be afraid to use garlic. Okay, your sauce is a balsamic vinegar. And it's just going to pour in here. You can use as much as you want to again. But that's about 3 tablespoons or about 1/4 of a cup. But that's what's going to make everything taste really good and break down those flavors. And then lastly is the cumin. Now, the original recipe would call maybe for some salt, but I encourage you to not always just add salt to your recipes. Learn to appreciate the flavors of all the different foods involved, and they may taste plain to you, but they each have their own little powerful taste. Now, I like a lot of cumin. Just depends on how much you like it. But if you're not going to use salt, don't be scared of the cumin. So see how pretty this is turning out to be? So mix it up real well. Get that balsamic vinegar and that cumin all over everything. See, when it comes out, you have a beautiful, colorful salad. Before you want to serve this, you want to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit in there for about an hour to get all the juices flowing again. Now, we've made enough that you could use for 3 or 4 days worth of lunches, and I encourage you to use it as an appetizer or, like I said, take to lunch, eat it with some Triscuits or wrap it up in a wrap or put it over a salad. There's plenty of things that you can do with this, and it was quick and easy. Before you serve it, just dip you some out into a little bowl like this so you can save the rest for later, another lunch or something. Take your cilantro and just place it on top. Makes it really colorful and pretty, flavorful. So if you'd like a copy of this recipe, visit the Buncombe County website. Thank you.